So recording has been started. So hi all, welcome to day 8 of this JMeter session. So it's not that much late, right, who have joined today. It's not an issue, correct? I'll just give you walkthrough what we have covered, right? So do not worry, you can always cover. It's not that much like advanced we have covered, right? So on weekend, Saturday, Sunday, you'll get time. So please cover that, right? And Monday also, I think we'll be having time. So Monday, next session will be tomorrow and then Monday, right? So there are 3 days are there. So you can complete the recorded videos, right? And if any doubt is there, you can always ask me. So I'll just give you a walkthrough. Using PPT or let me open the content syllabus. Okay. So day wise, if I go, so in first day we have covered just introduction to performance testing, right? And why we should learn JMeter. Then day 2, what we talked about, how to download the gym, little bit history of JMeter, then how to download that, how to launch that, right? So that completely was on day 2, right? And how to do that on Windows, Mac, Ubuntu, correct? So day 2. Then from day 3, we started some core concepts. So we started talking about servers protocol, right? About HTTP protocol, what is a business scenario, transactions, right? PTLC lifecycle, SQL developer tool, then embedded resources, different types of requests, a status code, what is transaction, cache, cookies, server side and client side architecture, correct? So this we have covered in till now. Yes, till. Okay. So here it's reflecting day 8. Do not worry about that because this is a course content. Right? Everything is covered in sequence. Sometimes some days gets like overlapped. So it's not like that exact day will match here because some day session will be short, some day session will be long. Someday we may stuck in covering one point for 1 hour, right? So like a cookie and catchy session, generally it's supposed to be a small session, not more than 20 minutes. But it took total 1 day to cover this, right? Means one session. So that's why day number gets increased. But do not worry about that. Okay. As per the course content, we have just covered till this much. Right. You can see from day 1. This is day 2, day 3, and yeah. So now we are going to start the recording and other thing. Change. So from here, right? So nothing much is covered. And everything will be in sequence. No topic will be jumped from here to there, right? So how this is designed, it will be in this. With the topics will be covered in this same format. Okay. Only thing, the day number cannot match. So do not worry about that. Okay? Topics will be in sequence. So this topic is also on the Isha website, same to same. Okay. The training, the course content link. Hope you are getting in WhatsApp chat group, right? So it's same. So there also you can check it. Now, so proxy, right? So what I talked yesterday is why to do the recording, right? And everything starts with the recording. Okay. So we will try to introduce with this basic element, 4 basic elements. So first, let me launch change. And this is open session. It will end tomorrow. After that, it will be closed. So from here we can launch JMeter, right? I have just created a shortcut here. That next time directly I can launch from me. So real use of JMeter will be starting from today only. Okay, so whoever, do not worry that you have missed something. Only the installation part, just watch that. In video 2 it is there. Okay, and launching. It's very easy, nothing is. So this is JMeter, right? And the first element will be test element, test plan element. And then we will be using a thread group element, a recording controller, which is one of the logic controller, right? The recorder and view result tree. So I'll just add them. Just focus on that. So right click on test plan, go to add, go to threads and thread group, add it. Okay. If you click it, it will be added. Now right click on thread group, go to add, go to logic controller, and you see recording controller. Just click on that. Right. Now again right click on thread group and go to add and go to view listeners, and choose this view result tree. Just click on that. Okay, fine. Now you have to right click on test plan, go to add, go to non-test element and HTTP test script. Fine. Then we have to right click on this test script recorder, go to add, go to listener and view result. Fine. So this 5 element we have added. Now one thing understand that in JMeter there is a parent-child concept is there. Okay, all elements inside a particular element are known as children of that element. So what is the meaning of this? Is like suppose in our home, like parenting thing is there. Na? Suppose there will be grandfather and then there will be 2 sons. Let us say, for example, son one, father 1, father 2, right? Then each one is having suppose 2 or 3 sons, right? Correct. So if you see this this is the father, direct father of these two, right? Direct father we say means the real one, right? And grandfather is indirect, right? Not direct. Grandfather is direct father of these 2 children, right? And indirect father of this. Same here, correct? So these 2 children are directly under him and indirectly under him, and these 2 children are directly under him. So the same thing you have to follow here. This is the test plan. It's the main, right, root. Now these 2 elements, thread group and HTTP test script recorder, are added directly inside the test plan. You see here, means you have to right click on test plan and go to add and add thread group. Okay, so thread group will be added, and similarly again you right click, go to add and non-test element, and this HTTP test script recorder will be added, right? So if I minimize this, if you see this, there is one key kind of symbol is there or here also. So if you just minimize this, right, like this. Now if you are minimizing, so if you see it's directly inside this, right? A line is coming from here and branching here or branching. So these 2 are directly added inside test plan. Means by right clicking on test plan, we have added. Or you can minimize this. So suppose this is minimized. If I try to maximize that or expand it, both will be added. So means they are direct children, like grandfather, and then these 2 are the direct father. Now inside thread group, we added these 2 elements. Okay, recording controller and view result. If they are inside thread group, means you have to right click on thread group and then you have to add this recording controller, and then you have to add this view result tree. So you see these 2 are direct children. You see, one line is coming from here and it's branching here and it's branching. They both are direct of thread group, direct inside thread group, right? So because this needs to be followed, that's why I'm saying. So if I minimize thread group, see both are getting minimized. And again, if I'm maximizing, and both are getting minimized. Same way, this HTTP script recorder, inside that we have added view result tree. So that view result tree, if you see, I'm maximizing or minimizing. So it's inside, right? You see, it's inside HTTP script. So this is what we have to basically, or any element in future will be added like by following this parent-child concept only. Means in this there is a arrangement of which element will be where. Fine. Now next is recording. So how to do the recording, right? Because we have to get the things recorded, right? Everything starts with recording only. And why the recording is necessary? I've shown talked about yesterday. We need the requests, right? Capture so that tool can generate. Tool can hit those requests, right? So now recording. So to do the recording, we have to set up proxy settings. Okay, proxy settings, proxy server setup in the browser, using which you will be doing the recording. It can be any browser, right? You can use anyone, Google Chrome, Mozilla Firefox, anyone. But better is Mozilla Firefox. Why it will be better, I'll tell you slowly. But yeah, so how this recording happens, so how this proxy server is set up. So I'll show you. So this 5 element we have added right now. What we have to do is here you have nothing to do. Simply few selections we have to make here in this HTTP script recorder. Currently, target controller is recording controller. In future, we'll change that, but for now, let it be. Grouping, okay. Grouping, always remember it will be the fifth one, right? Fifth one. Put each group in new transaction controller. Then here naming schema will be prefix, okay. And this one, you see, this we have to uncheck, okay. Uncheck that. That's it. Only 3 things you have to just verify. This one. So by default, for now it's recording control. In future, we'll change that. Then grouping, it should be a fifth one from drop down. Put each this one, right? You can read this. Put each group in new transition controller. Naming schema prefix. Okay. No need to change here. I think by default it will be there. And here we have to uncheck this. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 checks. Fine. Now what you have to do is we will first I'll show you using Mozilla Firefox. So this is not Mozilla Firefox, Google Chrome. So this is Google Chrome. Now what we have to do is mm, um, wait, you see these 3 dots on top right corner, right? So we have to go and do the settings here. Click on settings, and in the settings we have to search for proxy. And then this will open up like which is saying open your computer proxy, right? So let us click on that. When we will be clicking on this, this new page will be coming on, right? Where you can see proxy page. Now here you will see use a proxy server. Okay. So and then we have to click on setup. Okay. So when you click on setup, it will be like this. It will be off. We have to make it on, and then we have to do entries here, and then we have to do save. So what entries also I'll take. So first make it on, and then fine. So we have to make it on, and then we have to make it entry here. So first entry will be just a word called localhost. Okay, local host. Right. This is the spelling. So LOEAL local HOST localhost. Port number You have to give a number, and that number should be matching with this, whatever you give. By default, here 4 8s are given. So the same one we have to use there also. We can change also. It's not like that we cannot change, but there is no use. Right. Also remember, if you want to change, you can change, but it should be same in the browser and in the JMeter. So 4 8s, and then nothing to do here, anything, nothing to do, and then just do save. So this way proxy has been set up. Whenever you will set up a proxy, what will happen? Your normal internet will not work. I'll take it. So now proxy is set up. Now this is the Google page, right, which opened up. Now if I just refresh it, you'll see it is okay, it's coming from cache. Any other website I want start our button. They see this no internet, right? It's one error message, error proxy connection. I'll do what, I'll just go and disable and again I'll show you. Save. So now I have that I have disabled, and same Flipkart if I refresh. So it's coming, right? No problem. But again, if I go back, enable it and save. And again, if you come to your browser and if you do the browsing, again the same, right? So do not worry about that. This proxy is set up for that purpose. But I'm telling that at least you should not be feeling problem. It should not be having such confusion, right? Why in my internet is not okay. So this will happen. Normal behavior. Now, what we have to do is we have to start an incognito window of the browser, and then in JMeter, you have to click on start. So whenever you will be clicking on start, this pop-up will come. Just click on OK, and then this pop-up will come. Right. So here, nothing to enter anything in these fields. Right. Nothing to enter. Only here we have to enter. And there, that is also where we have to give a transaction name. Now see, transaction name, no one will give you. You have to just design the name. What user action we are doing, referencing to that transaction name we have to give. Okay. So let us say for any website, first transaction is like a home page, right? Launching home page. So T01, you can give underscore home page. Okay. Now what we have to do is just put the URL here and hit the enter button. So I'm going to try with one website. This erecting hotel. Showing some error of HTTP. No. Okay. Here continue button is there. Click on. So we had this page has came. Right. This is the home page of this app. If you want to try, I'll just ping this, or you can search in Google as well. Right. Fine. Now, one more transaction will do. Okay. So before I go and do one more transaction, if you see in JMeter, here HTTP TCP recorder, below that you have used view result tree. So view result tree is a listener, and what I have told that all listeners are used to display the result. So if you see here, something is coming, right? Something is stuff, some stuff is coming. So I'll explain that. And then we have here recording controller, and inside this, if you see here also some stuff is coming. means the recording is happening, right? Now one more transaction we'll do. So let us say login. We can so next transaction, suppose you want to do the login. So you have to put the username password and do the login. But before that, you have to first update the transaction name. Remember, okay? I do not have credential for this currently, so I'm going to click on this. But before that, I'll be updating the transaction name. The transaction name should be referencing to what user action we are doing. So we are going to click on new user register. So I can give here T02. T stands for transaction. T02 new user um, register, and then let us click on this link. So this page came. So anyone who want to create a credential, you can click on that new user and put the username password and you can register. Okay, and one verification code will go to your email ID. Whatever email ID you will put here. All right, and then you can verify that, and you can use for login here. You can do the login. Correct. Login was there on front page, right? Fine. So I'll just stop it, and if required, we'll close the browser, and proxy I'll again disable. So always remember, when recording is finished, you have to disable the proxy. Why? Because normal the internet will not work. Correct. Normally, if we try to browse it, so disable the proxy. Now let us come in JMeter. So you see these things are there. So before we discuss this, let us first discuss this stuff, the proxy thing. Right? So you got the idea what how the recording has happened. We set up. Normally in normal scenario, right? What we do is there is a browser, right? And from browser, whatever things we do, right? So from browser, whatever the things we are doing, that is directly going. So from browser, whatever things we are doing, that is directly going to the server. Okay, whatever server, whatever application. Server means application, and response directly comes here to the browser. Right. This is normal view. But when we are setting a proxy in the middle, so that time what is happening? And we are matching that with JMeter using this port, correct port, which we have given in browser proxy as well. So this is coming in middleman. You can call it as a middleman, okay, middleman, or you can call it as a hacker. It's a hacking. Right? JMeter is becoming a hacker. So or a sniffing tool also you can say. So it's sitting now in the middle when we are setting up the proxy server. How we have set up hope you have seen just now, right? So it's just sitting in the middle, right? Like this. And JMeter and that port is getting mapped, same port. That's why we are now. After that, whatever we do. So after setting up this proxy, and then when we start that button of JMeter, then what happens? Now when we open the browser and whenever we do anything, so that request first it used to go to the server directly, but now it will not go to directly. First it will go here, right? And it will be getting captured in JMeter, and that's why you see you have some traffic coming. And then from there it will first it will get captured, and then it will go to the server or the application, right? And from the application side, whatever the response comes, that also gets captured here, correct? And then it goes back to the browser. Right? So this is the whole concept. And in this way, we are capturing the request for every transaction we do and the response also. So that is what proxy server setup. Okay. So I'll show that for Mozilla Firefox also how to do that. But before that, So you got the idea, right? No confusion here. And remember, only when you want to do the recording, you will be setting up this proxy server stuff or proxy server setting. If you have, if you are done with the recording, right? So you should not be you should not have get that enabled, right? You should disable that. You should right. Otherwise, like your normal browsing internet on the browser, on that particular browser, will not work. Correct. So I have shown that, right? Now come to JMeter. Okay. So in JMeter, if you see, there are two view result tree we have added. So this view result tree, which is inside this HTTP test script recorder, right? This shows the those traffics, or yeah, traffic you can say, or network traffic or log, right? Which got captured, right, when we were doing the recording. So whatever the request went and whatever the response came, it will be captured, right? And we can see here, and this information that you see, it's called recording log. Recording, okay, recording log. Fine, it is called recording log. Okay. Now, so that is what. Now here you see many things are there. We just did 2 transactions, right? But here why so many things are there? I'll explain that. But first thing, so let us say what website we opened, right? That was it. So this is the website that we opened, right? And if you see here, this is the request, and this is the response, which comes in code form. So we'll try to find this request here. Here, you can just click on everything if you want, but I know you see here, here, it's here. So you observe, right? Request got captured. So when we click on that, you will see many things. We'll see these details. So we'll come to these details later on. Then you'll see another tab called request tab and one more tab called response tab. In request tab, you'll see request body, and here you'll see request header. So I've explained all these things, so there should be no confusion. So this request got fired, right? When we were doing the recording, and it got captured, you see, with request header. And what response came, right? What response came? This response when we were doing the recording, the same here, if you see, response body, which will be in code format, right? See, correct. And it will be having response header also. So here you can see response header is also there, and request header is also there here. Maybe due to some reason it's not showing, but it's there, right? Okay. Then if you observe, there are embedded resources also. Retrieve. Yeah, you see the JPEG file, the JS file, the CSS file. So those you can see down as well. Here, you see, right? So that is how, right? That is how. So you see, request also got captured and response also, response data also got captured, right? So that's why when we were doing the recording, that whole stuff got captured. So this is why it's called recording log. Same way, another transaction what we did. Let's clear this. Another transaction we did was clicking on this link, new user register link. Right? So when we click on that, this is the request register.php. You can see here, and here we can find that as well. Here, this one. How I'm able to identify is because we have given the transaction name, right? New user register or home page, right? And then a subpart register.php, correct? Register.php. It's showing over there, right? So this is the request. If you see. Again, if you click here, like this, only everything will show. Then go to request tab. So this is the request URL, right? Which is matching, correct? And request header. Correct. Then we have response. So this is the response body, right? This is the response body, and we have response header right here. And then for this page also, you see some relevant embedded resources downside, JS file, PNG file, and all these things, JPG. Uh, Here also they are there. We see them, right? We see. So this is what network traffic or recording logs, right? Log. Log means information. So when we did the recording, that time what has happened, it will be captured here inside this Vue.jl2. Okay. And this is called recording log. And you can change for a beginner people, if you want to see something, you can change the view as well. Like suppose this is the home page, right? And this is the code. And if you want to see this code a little bit kind of browser, so from this drop down, right? You see this drop down. From here, if you just scroll down, you can choose HTML, and you will observe the page looking little bit similar, right? So which will tell you, okay, that is the home page. This was the home page, correct? And then same way, this new register.php. So again, for this also, basically everything will be in code format, the text format, right? And we have to work in text format. But just for reference, for beginner people, you can click on HTML, and you can just see little bit kind of rendered page, how it looks in a browser, right? You see. Correct. Now, next. So, what is there here? You got the idea. Now, come here. In this thread group, we have recording controller, and again, if you expand this recording controller, you'll see some stuff here. And what stuff you see there? You see the transactions. Whatever transaction we created, we see them like homepage and new user register. So because everything, everything is transaction, and every transaction will have request. Now, if you expand them, suppose if you expand them, so you'll see here the request for that transaction. Like suppose I click here, so this is something different. I'll talk about that later on. For now, ignore that. So here, and you see this. This is the home page, right? Just now we have seen get request. So it got captured, and if you expand this as well, the header will be inside that. Okay. So request, and it's a request header, which is called as one request, and then it's a transaction, right? And then if you observe, the embedded resources also there. But going forward, we'll not be considering the embedded resources. We'll be removing that. So I'll talk on that later. So for now, I can disable from here to here all embedded resources. This is I have disabled them. So we'll see again what is disabling, enabling. Do not worry. So for now, do not focus on it. So we have home page transaction and its home page request, right? The main request. Same way, we have here new user register, so second transaction. And if we again expand here, this is the new that register.php request, right? You have just seen here also it was there. Here. So here as well, right? And if you expand this inside that, the header, its header will be hidden, right? And then below that, this all requests are its relevant embedded resources that which we have seen. You can see a CSS file, .js file, JPEG file, PNG file, which we do not need, right? So for now, let me disable them. Fine. So now understand. So here, understand here, everything will be there. Okay, what request went, what response came in this recording log, correct? But here only the transaction and the request transaction and its request with its request header will be kept or will be saved. Okay. Now the thing that you see here, this is not of that much importance. Okay. It is just important to do script enhancement, and we will see. It has also important, but generally not that much of important. But this thing is the important one. Why? Because if you see the URL site which I was talking yesterday, so these are the URLs, right, for every transaction, and we need them. We need the URLs one, right? Because if user is doing anything, is just sending the request, right? URL or request one, and tool will also be doing that, right? So we need this. So that's why you see for every transaction, it's request, or let us say here, its request has been saved with its header. This one, let me just disable. For now, I'm disabling. We'll be discussing again. So if you see, this is how home page is segregated. The protocol will be shown here. The domain name, which will be common, will be shown here. So this is the path. So home page will have a path like this. Then other transaction like here, suppose. So you can see again here this thing, right? Common. And the thing that changes after slash, right, which I have called path, right? You remember I have taught that. So we see that over here, correct? Path. And whether it is get request and put request, it will be shown over, right? So like in same way, the next transaction if you will be doing, the domain name will be showing here, and the path will be showing over here. So this is how the things are handled. Now, why we need, so why this request and header is captured? Because this is what the tool will be sending. So I'll just show you. Here view result is there, and I'm going to run. Here you see this green button. I click on a start, asking to save me. Okay, I'll save. So hope you see this is how it got executed. So you see home page got executed, the request got fired, and the header got fired, and we received the response. We received the with the response header, and then how much time it has taken, right? It's a load time here. So this is what, okay, this is what we have to measure. Correct.
So this load time is the response time, right?
The server side response
So
time, which I explained
yeah,
yesterday.
yeah, server side response time. So when you were explaining about the network time, there should be some lag, right?
Now, we will talk about those advanced topics later on. For now, you can keep those questions. Put a note on this and क्या हुआ? For now, just put these questions down.
Yeah, yeah, sure. But just for a understanding purpose, there should be some lag, right? This is not correct response time, right?
I will explain that, because since people are beginner here, so please do not interrupt.
Okay.
That's why I will answer that. So you can ask after the session, or you can write it down, and because it's still the beginning, right? So it uh, like it's new to bring those all things. Here we are talking about recording. So session related thing, if you have that, you ask now. Anything extra which is beyond the topic. See, everything is topic, but today's discussion topic you should ask. Extra you can ask after the session, or before starting the session. Okay. So because we are not focusing on what is network, I'm not going to show the test results, right? So that is different. We are just focusing today on recording, right? Yeah. So let us do that. So this is what the purpose is, right? You see the home page got fired, and we had the response, and we have the load time. Same with this register.php, the next transaction. It got fired, right? And we had the response and the response, right? And the load time for that. Now this same thing, if I increase the number of users here, like 3 or 4 users, just 3 user I'm running. So 3 time we'll see this getting fired. The 3 time home page, 1 time, 2 time, and 3 time home page, and then 3 time register.php, right? So what is my purpose of showing is, since we what we need, right? User is doing what, user is sending the request only, and that's why we need those requests, right? request and request header, because user doing that same thing and tool is now also doing the same thing. Got the idea? Now say this same thing, user will suppose 3 user launched home page. So 3 requests fired or not, right? The same way here also you see 3 homepage requests got fired or not, right? And these are called virtual users. Okay, these are because these are tool generated, they're not real, but they are going to do the same thing which real user is doing. Real user will be also sending the request, and these are also going to send the request. And that is the reason here only the transaction and the request and request header is kept. Understand? So response will not be kept here, obviously, because that is what response we need from the server side, right? Request we will be sending, and we will be needing the response from server side, and that is what we will be calculating the response time, right? For 3 users, for 100 users, for 2000 users, like that, and the behavior of the application. So that is the stuff. Now next thing, okay, now next thing is so this view result tree you see here, whenever we run a test, we see the result, right? Whenever we run the test, we see the result here, correct? Now so the run result, you can say, or test result, that we see here. And this view result tree, which is inside this test script, here the recording log was there, is there, right? Which shows what request went and response came. Response also will be saved here of the original recording. That means when we did the recording, right? Because as you said, this is not that much of importance, but it is important, right? So why, when it is important, I'll tell you. But it has also importance. That's why it needs to be saved, or it needs to be kept, right? So this is called recording log, right? Which will be in this view result tree. And whenever we'll be running a test, those results we will see here, right? And if you want to clear the results, we have a brush here. Okay, you see a small brush. So do not use this double brush initially. Okay, have a practice of using this small brush. When to use double brush, I'll tell them. So you see the result has been cleared. Okay, again if I run, so okay, it is asking to save me the plan. I'll tell you how to save also. uh, so again it's running, right? Like again I can click. Fine. So you got this idea, right? Next is two things. First of all, yeah, first of all is irrelevant request and embedded resources. Okay. So first thing is embedded resources. Embedded resources, you know all, right? Embedded resources, and here also you see embedded resources, and here also if you see embedded resources are captured, right? Embedded resources we do not keep. Okay. Fine. Why we do not keep, or how suppose we have to retrieve the embedded resources, like how browser is retrieving, right? Like how we have seen here, right? Yeah. So this how to get it done in JMeter, I'll tell that all. But initially here we do not keep the embedded resources, or here also the embedded resources will be filtered out. So there is a way to filter them out. Okay. And plus, even if you see embedded resources coming here, right, we have to delete them. Okay, we do not need them. So
Hello.
it's not required.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi,
Fine.
sir.
Hmm.
Sir, but how to identify the embedded resource?
I think you have joined newly, right? Right today, na?
Yes, yes. Today.
So you'll get that idea. It's already been covered. So so if you watch the video, it will become easy. They are here. They will come like this. So I've very with very more examples I've covered. So in last all 3-4 days are on this one. Okay, they'll get the idea from there. Do not worry.
Okay.
For now, yeah, just focus that we have to do not keep. Now, since you have joined today, so you can watch the video. Or if you do not have any work tomorrow, so watch the video tomorrow also, on Saturday also, and Sunday also. These all things are covered in very detail. You will not be having confusion. Okay. So embedded resources, because again, if I've covered, right, so again it will be waste of time, because all 5 6-7 days, I think. No, yeah, 6 days almost on covering on that one has been spent. So we do not keep them, right? What we keep, we will be only keeping the main request, right? And correct, what is the main request, right? And how to identify the main request also. So the main request will be same here. This new register, I think I deleted all embedded resources for that. So the main request for that transaction. Okay. So that is done for embedded resource. Next comes irrelevant request. Okay. Or yeah, irrelevant request you can say, or irrelevant URLs you can say, or many people call it as a unwanted traffic or unwanted request. Now, what is unwanted, right? So if you see here, Mozilla, then here something you see from Firefox or this Firefox or this, right? So many are there. This is from Office apps. This something from Flipkart, and then this static you see. This also. So do you see this, right? Hope you see. So these are called irrelevant thing, not relevant, okay, or unwanted, right? Unwanted request or URL you can say. Okay. This is the main one because it's related and we can check that also. This is our application URL. But again, apart from that here, or if you see all this is Google API or right. So this all thing has nothing to do with my application on which I'm working. Let us say I was working on this adduct thing, right? Adduct. This was the URL, correct? I ping the URL in the chat so you can have a look. Now this all thing, this is embedded resources. So favicon.icu. So all this, apart from that, all this Google API and all these things that you are seeing, Google Analytics, all this, that do not have to do anything with our application, right? And this is this. So this is something different. This is coming from something different, right? This is coming from Mozilla. This is coming from Microsoft Office, right? This is something Flipkart, right? Like that. This is Google APIs. All this. So that's why they are called irrelevant URL or irrelevant request, or you can say unwanted URLs, because we do not need them, but they will be captured. Okay, they will be captured, and that's why you see so many of them, right? And so do not get feared by looking into that. We do not have to do anything for them. They will come, but we do not have to worry. We have to just worry about our request. Suppose I did 2 transactions. So one transaction request is this one, and another transaction is request is this one. That's it. Okay, that's it. And that you can always identify if you have confusion from here, right? Apart from that, embedded resources, as I told you, we do not bother, and the irrelevant request. Now, this irrelevant request, you will see here also getting captured, like when we do the recording. So you see here, this is something transaction controller made, and here you see that for Firefox or Firefox or Firefox. So they will come. So we have to delete all this as well. Or again, this home page, it has been made, but again inside this home page, if you see, this is static. So this is irrelevant thing, right? So this whole I will delete. So this also we do not keep. This also we do not keep. We will just keep very clean the request, because that is the thing we need, right? The example of Amazon. Same way there also. We just need those transactions and the URL is related to that. URL means the request related to that. That's it. Nothing apart from that, nothing. We do not need anything. Every transaction will have one URL, or right, or sometime one transaction can have 2 URLs also. So URL or request, right? So that's it. Transaction. This is transaction name and its request, and inside that his header will be there. Then this is another transaction, right? You can see its name here also. It's written transaction controller, and its request right inside. Yeah, and here the recording log will be there. That's it. Now, those irrelevant requests, I'll just for information sake, I'll tell you from where they come up, right? So see, what happens is, in our system, in background, many things goes on. Okay. many applications are there which try to communicate with internet without our knowledge. So softwares are there, like you might have heard of. Windows is there, right? Windows always try to get update. Even we do not know, na? But it will download the update, right? So are we opening the Windows website? We are not opening, correct? But it is downloading. Means it is communicating with the Microsoft server and trying to download the update. So like that, suppose when I was doing the recording that time, Mozilla Firefox was trying to communicate something with its server, right? Like that some Google thing or this Office APIs were trying to communicate. And since they happen in background, okay, and they do not use the browser, but traffic will always go, right? It will not be a miracle that suddenly Google will get an update. No, right? He is communicating, but not through the browser. Internally, it is communicating through the directly through the application. Microsoft is communicating, or this Office, Microsoft Office is communicating, right? So what is happening when we are setting the proxy, right? And that to system proxy. The proxy, if you see through Google Chrome that we set, it's actually setting up the system proxy. Right? You see, this is system proxy, correct? System proxy, which we make it on, right? Yeah, system proxy. So what is happening when this is we are setting up this proxy, and when we are doing the recording, so at that moment, okay, at that time, whatever the background application means, this application who are trying to connect with their server through background, right? I mean, not through browser, but in backend, right? But they are communicating with the server. So that's why those requests get captured, okay, from all these unwanted resources, you can say, or unwanted places, and that's why they get captured. Okay, so you got the idea. Right? So no need to fear about that. It will happen. It will happen. Only thing when you record from Mozilla Firefox, currently we have recorded from Google Chrome. If you record from Mozilla Firefox, they will be less compared to if you record from Google Chrome, because Google Chrome uses system proxy. Okay, Mozilla Firefox has its own proxy. So that's why whatever the other application are trying to communicate with the server when we are doing the recording, their request is getting captured. So this is the source from where this irrelevant traffics are coming. And there are some filters available in JMeter. So next I'll be showing that also tomorrow, that how to use the filter. So there are filters which are there which can filter out some of the requests, these irrelevant requests. They will filter out most of the embedded resources also. So you'll see tomorrow. So just remember this. You see this, right? Hope you see this. Here JPEG file, all these are coming. But tomorrow after applying the filter, when I show you, you see all these, mostly this JPEG file, JS file, right? CSS file, they will not be coming here, or even they were here also, right? They were present here also. If you remember just now, I deleted. So here also they will not be there. Most of them will be filtered out. And for this unwanted or irrelevant, there also for them also some filters is there. So that will also filter out some of them. But remember, still they get captured here. So that time manually we have to remove. Okay. So I'll show you. I'll be showing that tomorrow, right? So just remember the like JPEG file, you see PNG or JS file or CS file. The same example I'll say here also. They will not be coming. Okay, and they came here also. Here also they will not be coming. Embedded resources will be completely filtered out, except one or two embedded resources. And this third-party URL or this irrelevant URL or unwanted URL we say, which has also came here. They will be also mostly filtered out. But again, that filter doesn't work 100%, right? Again, I'm saying. So if you see those thing here, even after applying the filter, we have to manually delete it, right? So, right. So next is this log. Okay, this recording log is necessary, but problem with this recording log is it gets deleted. Like suppose somehow if my system crashed now or JMeter closes accidentally, or yeah. So what will happen? Or if you use this brush, if you have selected this view result tree and if you are using this brush, this will be deleted. I'll show you. See. Gone, right? So they are gone, but they are needed. Okay, they are necessary. So I'll also show you how to save them. I'll be showing that as well. So this is how the things are here. Now, same way, how to record from Mozilla Firefox quickly we'll see, and we'll close for today. Okay, so I'll quickly show you. So all this I'll remove. Again, I'll add them, not an issue. So that you should know. Thread group, recording controller, listener. This is recorder and view result. Right now, come here. Target controller fine. Grouping fifth one. Right here, prefix is there fine. Here this we have to uncheck. So this much done. Now we have to open what Mozilla Firefox. Open the Mozilla Firefox and same here 3 lines you see on top right corner. Just go there and here also same process. Go to settings and search proxy. Now this Mozilla Firefox has its own proxy. Mozilla Firefox was using system proxy. No, Google Chrome was using its own proxy. Sorry, system proxy. Okay, Google Chrome was using system proxy. Mozilla Firefox has its own proxy. So if I open this pop-up will come, which is personal only to Mozilla Firefox. Okay, but Google Chrome proxy, I'll again show you. This is Google Chrome. I go here, search proxy. So you see what it's saying. Open your computer proxy setting, and when we open, it's going to our setting of Windows, right? And from there it is taking. Okay, so this is not a Google Chrome; it's a system proxy. In system also we have proxy, and that's why those unwanted requests get. Mozilla Firefox has its own proxy. So if you this is Mozilla Firefox search proxy and setting, you see this is internal pop-up, right, of Mozilla. I mean, here also same way. No proxy will be there by default. You have to come on manual proxy and you have to enter this. So wait, let me delete and then I'll tell you. Okay, so again, settings and then typing proxy here, then this will come. Click here. Now here no proxy will be there. You have to set up manual proxy, and then here you have to type localhost. Okay. Localhost, and port number you have to give here, so which will be 48, because this same port is there, right? So this should be same. Then only the mapping will happen, right? Proxy server setup will be done. Then only JMeter will be able to capture. And here also you have to put a check mark, right? And then click on OK. So proxy server setup is done. And if you want to verify whether it is done or not, open any website, correct? And you'll not be able to open. It will throw an error. The proxy server refusing. So this error will be fine. Now we'll go and open a private window here also, incognito. Now start the recording. So okay, and the T01. I'll just do it immediately. T01. And put the URL here, whatever the application you want. So this is the home page. Let the page fully open. Now second transaction was T02. New user register. And let us click here. So we have this page. Okay. So I'll stop it. But before that, so you can see here recording is coming in JMeter. You can see that, and here also. Here unnecessary thing has came, as I said, but they are less compared to Google Chrome. Right? They are only from Mozilla. In from Google Chrome, when we are recording, they were coming from many other sources, right? Office apps and other things, telemetry or something. Here only from Mozilla you can see, because Mozilla in background is trying to connect with server, and that's why traffic is getting uh, like what captured, right? And embedded resources, as I said, they will be captured. But because I have not taught you about the filters, right? So they will be there. So do not worry. So this is done. Now I'm going to show you one thing. We'll open another website. I'll let us say. So you got the idea, right? How to record from Mozilla Firefox also. So forget about it. Now let us say, suppose T03 Flipkart homepage. And here I'll type or Amazon. Okay, first Flipkart. I think it should throw error. Okay, so you see, this is throwing an error. Well, it has a potential warning, and it's saying do recommended is not to open that. And if you click on advanced also, it's showing a certificate kind of error, and it is giving an option to accept and continue. But sometimes this option will also not come. Means you will not be able to proceed ahead. But let us click here. Let us see how it will go. Okay, Flipkart has came, but you see it has not opened fully. Do you see? Problem is there, right? Fine. Now I'll do what I'll open Amazon also. 304 Amazon. I'm just simply typing this thing, because what are the correct way to type this? We'll discuss that later on. For now, we are just discussing the recording concepts, understanding the recording. So Amazon. So on Amazon also, if you see the same kind of problem is happening. Uh, Here also it's saying go back. And again, if you click on advanced, it's saying that, okay, you can accept the risk and continue. But if you click here also, don't think Amazon will open. Yeah, it's not opening up like fully, correct? Right? Or yeah, not opening up fully. So there is a problem, right? So most of the website will not be able to record. Problem is there. So we will discuss that. Do not worry why you will not be able to record. That is where we will be talking about. So I have covered all the filter and all these things. So this is where we will be talking about certificate. So tomorrow. So that is so hope you, so what is the problem I have showed today, right? Tomorrow I'll be telling you the solution for this. So just remember that. So you see, both Flipkart and Amazon didn't came, right? Problem is there. So how to solve that problem? Fine. We can close this. Now, so as usual, here you see recording log is here, and this recording controller. Um, Many things has came, irrelevant thing has came. So we will delete that, as I said. Then this is our application URL. Okay, and embedded resources are there. So we'll filter them. I'll tell you how to filter also. Okay, and then this is new user register page. So if you do not filter them, they will look so populated, or yeah, what we say, populated you can say, or dirty and not clean. But if we clean them, they look very beautiful, right? So that is the necessary, because we do not need this. So why to keep it, right? And they will unnecessarily create headache, correct? So again, you see, registered PHP also got captured. Flipkart was there. This is the Flipkart, but it didn't open up fully, right? So the like let us say we open the Flipkart, but it's not opening. So how we can proceed with other transaction? Can you do other transaction? You cannot do. Or Amazon also, right? This was Amazon, I think, www.amazon. But it also didn't got open. And then there are this all requests from irrelevant thing. So many SKM you see from Firefox. You see, the irrelevant thing are coming, right? So they will come, as I told you. So tomorrow I'll tell you how to apply filter. So from filter, almost 60-70% will be filtered out, the irrelevant thing. And embedded resources will be completely filtered out. But again, some what will be captured, so we have to manually remove them, right? So do not worry about what they are, right? So no need to get confused, right? These are all unnecessary things coming. If you see. Flipkart and Amazon didn't open. Why it didn't open? We'll cover that also. So this is all about basic today, right? What they do, and so proxy and so what we covered, how to set up the proxy, how to do the recording, right? The port thing, how to set up in different browser and how to record from different browser, about irrelevant requests, embedded resources. So there is filter for them. So I'll talking about them tomorrow. And then we'll talk about certificate. The problem, why the Flipkart or Amazon was not opening up, right? This problem was coming. So you see the advanced tab was coming, right? So this is screenshot tab. So how to solve that, right? So that all will see to learn. So now, if you have question, you can. So what is the other question?
Yes, well, come to that proxy where you have the diagram, proxy server and the JMeter.
PPT or what?
Yes, yes.
Hmm.
Yeah. So here browser is sending the request to the server, but there is a middleman JMeter, right? So with the response which coming from the server directly to the browser, we are not getting the correct response. This is a copy of the response. Am I right?
No, why? Who said that?
So you mean to no,
What
just
is
I
copy of
am
the response?
yeah, the copy of the response means the JMeter is which is this is the middleman JMeter, right?
Hmm.
So server is sending response to the JMeter, and there is
Hmm.
a some lag, right? Or this is the correct response that is server goes to the browser.
It's all correct. Nothing is missing.
So there should be no lag.
Lag means what?
Lag means suppose that if we are seeing in the net developer tool the response time 300 milliseconds, but
Hmm.
in the JMeter which we are seeing the load time that should be little more.
That will be less, not more. JMeter is directly working at network level. Okay. So the time will be more less than in browser. You can check. It will not be more. And recording has nothing to do. Why you are comparing the concept of lag here? Whatever we recorded, uh, that came here, right? Here. Huh? Now, whatever we are keeping here, that has nothing to do with recording, right? Here. This request. Here we are just keeping the request and we are sending it. Response now coming from JMeter. So recording, what it has to do with the recording and the lag? You are getting the point or not?
So yes, yes, I got the point.
Yeah. So first clear the concept. When we did the recording, that time let us say this register.php here. Suppose I have this request form register.php here. So this got fired and server sends us the response. So instead of directly going, it came in JMeter and it got captured, right? And the request also got captured. Response will remain here. This is that response which came when we did the recording. But now the only the request is kept here, and when I'll be running, what this has to do with the recording? Recording is over, right? Now this is sending the request, and server is directly sending me the response here, like a normal user. So what is the concept of middleman and something?
So if you see on the sample results, if you click on the sample result, there is some load time is there, right? 7
This
or
is
4.
yes. If you see,
Yeah,
it is
7 or
more
4.
less than browser. So it's 353 millisecond. Okay, and here is 704. So little difference is there because this is first time connect, possibility of first time connect is there. We can see. So almost somewhat little it's taking, but it's not. This is not a huge case you are seeing. For some other, it will be more or less. Okay, we can check for we will check for other websites. We can verify that. Yeah, I have another batch waiting. I have to go. We'll verify this. It's not the case. It's not a huge case. If this was the problem, what you are saying, no one will be using JMeter. So sometime it will show high. It's not in browser also. If you repeat this value can come high. So I have to go. Other people are waiting.
Yeah,
So
no problem. Thank you for
we can try. It's not for only use case. You just try for multiple two, three. Take two, three websites. Do that. Then take them. It will not be a case. This first one is taking 1 second here. Okay. So I'll show you tomorrow. But in JMeter, this was taking less than 1 second when I ran first time. I have not saved that. So when tomorrow again we'll be running, that time also I'll show you. And the second call here, it is taking little faster. Fine. So we'll match that. Not an issue.
Sir, what is the question here?
That
What we are trying to
question
figure out?
is, he's saying that you see this time, right? Register.php is 361 millisecond. Okay. But in JMeter, it's little bit more. That you see.
Okay.
So why it's more? He's saying it's lagging, but it has nothing to do with lag and other. So that was the question. Fine, right? So we'll meet tomorrow. We can, yeah, surely we can talk more on this.